Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Top 3 most wanted in St. James either killed or captured by the police. Murders and shootings on the increase in Westmoreland. And later in sports, Andre Blake nominated for MLS MVP award in the United States. I'm Kelisha Williams and here are the details. The top 3 most wanted persons in St. James have either been captured or killed by members of the security force, a success which the hierarchy of the police in the parish says is due to the running of 2 simultaneous operations. O'Shane Masters reports.
The call and subsequent police response for restoration of order in St. James is seemingly bearing fruit as members of the security forces continue to hunt the perpetrators of acts of violence within the parish. Head of the St. James Police, Senior Superintendent Vernon Ellis, says under Operation Relentless 2, a number of the key players in crime have been dealt with.
Over the past 10 days, and if you've been tracking our media, you would realize that number 1, 2, and 3 from the St. James most wanted, the list that was put out, they were all captured over the past 10 days during this Operation Relentless.
Anthony Angus, who was number 2 on the list, was captured on October 7 and charged on Thursday. He was wanted for double murder in Anchovy St. James, where 2 elderly persons were killed. SSP Ellis also noted that under Operation Relentless 2, swift action on Sunday led to the capture of a number of persons who had committed a murder in the Germantown area at 6:05 p.m.
And 30 minutes later, the Operation Relentless response to it saw 2 of the 3 named suspects being captured in the parish of Trelawney, Clarkstown to be exact. Ronaldo Stone, Jerome Foster. They were arrested and they will be charged by the police department.
The other suspect, Lico Maxwell, who is of a Germantown address, is being sought by the police. In the meantime, he says an anti-robbery task force which was set up has also been reaping successes.
On the 4th of October, during the Operation Relentless push, a male was fatally arrested on Railway Lane and 2 illegal firearms. Yes, 2 illegal firearms were recovered during this operation. We saw some features on the social media where some robberies took place at gas stations, etc. Up Relentless again arrested Akeem Bailey, who featured in the viral video robbing a gas station, as also another space there. He has been positively identified on 2 parades.
So far, he has been charged with 1 offense of robbery. SSP Ellis says other police divisions are also interested in Mr. Bailey and they are being allowed to carry out their own investigations. Another individual, Delroy Leslie, was also captured. Leslie and his co-accused are said to have been a nuisance for the police in the division over the last 5 years. Under the other Operation Restore Paradise, SSP Ellis says 42 people have been arrested since the start of that operation in August, while 2,626 people have been prosecuted for various offences under the Road Traffic Act. He further noted that 143 motor vehicles have been seized and 130 people have been prosecuted via summonses. O'Shane Masters, TVJ News.
And over in Westmoreland, the police are reporting an increase in the number of major crime categories. Cody and Barrett reports.
123 murders have been committed in Westmoreland up to October 13. Head of the Westmoreland Police Division, Senior Superintendent Wayne Joseph, says this is in comparison to the similar period last year where 88 murders were committed. So far, he says 52 of the murders in the division have been cleared.
52 murders to be cleared in roughly 9 months odd. It is very commendable. because it works out to probably about 6 murders per month. And even by international standard, that is way above international standards.
As for shootings and other crime categories,
we are at 119 compared to 104 last year. Robberies are down 30 compared to 41 last year. Rape 27 compared to 15. Assaults 10, same as last year. Break-ins 30 compared to 45 last year. And larceny 8 compared to 13.
Speaking at Thursday's sitting of the Westmoreland Municipal Corporation meeting, SSP Joseph noted that criminal gangs within the division are now forming alliances.
Darling Street versus the Delete gang, and now we find that the Delete gang has now been collaborating with persons from in the Gully Bank area. So we have to be watching those places very closely. We have the Kings Valley and the Anspassy gang, which is in Crowder. And we also have the Shrewsbury Lagwood and Flagseed Lagwood, as I said earlier. Over the past couple of months, though, we have been able to impact these gangs significantly. And we now have a number of the major players of these gangs in custody, but not just in custody, charged for murders and shootings.
Cody and Barrett, TVJ News.
A 28-year-old woman is dead following a shooting in Westmoreland yesterday. The woman has been identified as Chantal Hunter, a shop owner in the parish. Reports are that about 10 p.m. on Thursday, the now deceased was at a candlelight vigil when loud explosions were heard. Hunter was found with a bullet wound to the face. She was taken to the Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital, where she died while undergoing treatment. And still out west, a man is dead and another wounded following an attack by a lone gunman in Westmoreland. The deceased has been identified as 30-year-old bike operator Kirk Wilson from Grange Hill in the parish. It was reported that two men were riding a motorcycle when a lone gunman started shooting at them. Wilson lost control of his motorcycle and both men fell to the ground. The police were summoned, and upon arrival, Wilson was found lying on the road in a pool of blood with a bullet wound to his head and upper body. Wilson was pronounced dead, while 46-year-old Donovan Thomas is nursing bullet wounds to both arms. The Jamaica Teachers Association, JTA, is calling on parents to play an active role in their children's life. This in an effort to curb the spiraling behavioral problems seen in schools. Sandy Williams reports.
Murders are on the doorsteps of almost every Jamaican in every community, every sector of society.
JTA President-elect and Principal of the Mushet High School in Trelawney, Leighton Johnson. He believes the recent spate of violence in schools is a reflection of what's happening in communities across Jamaica.
What we see in the society has seeped into the schools, and we now must make every effort to arrest what is happening here.
Since the start of the year, there have been 2 fatal stabbings at separate institutions. The latest incident was at the Kingston Technical High School last month, when a female student was fatally stabbed by another female student. The flare-ups follow the resumption of face-to-face classes after a 2-year absence due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Johnson says the incidents have left some teachers feeling unsafe.
Therefore, it is urgent at this point for school administrators, for the Ministry of Education, to ensure that there are mechanisms in place to secure the safety of schools, being the safety of schools for teachers and students, for all stakeholders. The moment you come onto the school ground, we must have that safe space.
President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Lasagna Harrison, is calling on parents to play a more active role in their children's life.
Stop running around their houses and actually run their houses, and do not let the children drive the process, and stop replacing their presence PRESENCE, with presents, PRESENTS. So we're buying the children all of these gadgets and all of these things that they don't even have a clue how to operate as parents. And so the children are being open to all sorts of socialization, which is impacting their behavior. And then we're seeing the results of it in our schools.
In the meantime,
and we must petition God, because only Him can really, truly help us in this state that we have found ourselves. And it is an unfortunate one.
Sandy Williams, TVJ News.
Tempers flared and emotions were high as councillors lament the ongoing road issues at the latest meeting of the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation on Thursday. The construction on the Southern Coastal Highway project has been causing chaos in the parish for some time now. But one councillor believes the corporation is too silent on the matter. More in this report.
We don't know the road bad already, but at least there have to be some management in terms of what's going on the road.
Councillor for the White Horses Division in St. Thomas, Hubert Williams, did not mince words as he expressed his frustration with the road construction in St. Thomas. It comes as conditions like these have been causing headaches for residents, business owners and commuters.
If you have to go and pick up something in Kidstown, it takes you the entire day. You can't come back and do nothing at all. Nothing at all. If you in Yalas and you have to pick up something in the parish capital, it takes you 2 hours to go and 2 hours to come. Half your day done.
In fact, Mr. Williams called out his colleagues and other political representatives in the parish for not being proactive enough.
Money to what is going on over West, as I am going to lead the biggest protest. We can't sit down as a local authority and just watch this keep on going on. And if we just sit and be spectators, the people don't need to go back, none of us will return here. So all who want to be silent because they're on the side of the government or the MPs, their friend, I don't care this morning.
In response, Mayor of Morant Bay, Michael Hugh, said while he understands Mr. Williams' frustration, the corporation has been raising concerns about the poor state of the road.
I mean, the road cannot... As I said, the management of the road, I mean, we know that with development, you're going to have some problems and dislocations, but it must be not drive with the situation, and they must allow people to go about their business in a timely manner. It must be done, and we understand the situation, but it needs some correction.
The National Works Agency has been urging residents in the parish to be patient as it has been working assiduously to complete the project. And it's now time for the Business Minute. Here's Cody and Barrett.
Restaurants of Jamaica, ROJ, operators of KFC and Pizza Hut, has pumped $120 million into the renovation and upgrade of the KFC Lower King Street restaurant. Residents and employees of downtown Kingston have welcomed the renovation, which symbolizes ROJ's confidence in the area's prospects as a regional commercial and business hub. The restaurant's significant facelift is part of KFC Jamaica's ongoing efforts to create a more comfortable, modern, and upgraded quick service restaurant environment in all its locations island-wide. The Blue and John Crow Mountains, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and the island's only national park, now host an EV charging station at its main recreational area, Hollywell. EV Power Jamaica Limited, Evergo, officially unveiled the triangular Level 2 AC semi-fast unit last week as part of its National Tree Planting Day initiative. The Jamaica Conservation and Development Trust, JCDT, which has managed the site since 1988 to ensure the conservation of natural resources, agreed that Hollywell was an ideal location for a charging station as electric vehicles reduce hazardous air pollution caused by exhaust emissions. That's it for the Business Minute. I'm Cody Ann Barrett.
It's now time for the top regional and international stories. Here's Sandy Williams.
In regional news, Bahamas Prime Minister Philip Davis is encouraging all women, including those who are married, to make complaints to the police if they are victims of sexual violence. He says for any assault on a woman, whether you call it rape, grievous harm, or otherwise, the law should take its course. This was said following the release of a new study by the University of the Bahamas that explored the prevalence of spousal rape and assaults within marriages. It found that 1 in 12, or an estimated 4,000 married women, have been raped by their husbands, suggesting also that an estimated 6,000 wives claimed being victims of sexual abuse. The Bahamas Crisis Center also estimates that 3 out of every 4 victims of sexual violence do not report the matter to the police. On the international scene, British Finance Minister Kwasi Kwarteng has confirmed in a tweet that he resigned after Prime Minister Liz Truss asked him to stand aside from the position. Kwasi Kwarteng being fired Friday means he was on the job for 38 days and became the second shortest serving UK Chancellor on record. Ian MacLeod, who died 30 days after taking the job in 1970, is the shortest serving UK Chancellor. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Sandy Williams.
That's the Midday News. I'm Kelisha Williams. Join us at 7 for Primetime News. On behalf of the news, sports, and production teams, good afternoon.